or lack of garb. Never been to one of those. Never been to a child sacrifice thing, none of that. But I do know that they use hallucinogens in those meetings. Why? Why? Because they're tremendous door openers. Just lightning fast. Think about booting up your computer in 5G, which I don't like. And you want to really open up those doors to the evil spirits, get on some hallucinogens. That's why I suggest you don't. I suggest you stay clear of those. Now, when I started getting into this stuff, just through the Ouija board and just through the yoga and things like this, my art changed a lot. It's got really weird and trippy because that's where my mind was. An artist, what they paint, an artist like me, also often paints just a world of their inner world, an exterior world of what's going on inside. It's got these chained birds. They're all weighed down by these heavy locks. These were the locks on my mind. I literally couldn't tell at one point, and this lasted for months, whether I was dreaming or awake. A couple of decades later, maybe to feel some pain. We didn't know about that then. So I couldn't get out a box of razor blades and be just like, is that real blood? Yeah, that's blood. And that, when I told my parents what was going on, they were like, don't be like the other kids. You're supposed to be a good girl and make straight A's because we're social work. I end up in my art school, hanging out afterwards, real cool, just being like, she says, how are you doing, Kate? And I said, not good. She says, you know, I've got a friend right now, and she's finishing up her clinical psychology degree, psychiatry or whatever. She can come over to your house for a while. And we set this up every Thursday, talking about doors. Knock would come on the door. After school, my parents conveniently forgot all about this, but this went on for a few weeks. And this nice lady named Lois would show up. She traded me a piece of art for her specialties. We read Jung together, and we talked about my dreams. And during that time, I did this trippy piece of art. Time had become compressed. I was like a living trail. It was like, here's a baby and a golden thread, and the time is going so fast at the moment. That's what had happened to me in this very trippy drug experience I had, which is why I ended up not being able to figure out if I was dreaming or awake. I got a hold of some bad, they called it tripweed. The problem with evil spirits and things that open your mind, doors that open your mind up to evil spirits, is this. Although everybody in our culture pretty much says everything is good, everything is not good. I mean, people jump off buildings, people suicide out because of this. It's like a bad Vietnam experience. It's like shell shock. I mean, people can't handle it. It's like brain injury. People do have to out themselves over these kind of experiences. And a lot of people, they don't tell you this either, end up in loony bins because of these drug experiences. They never come out. Stuff is really dangerous. So these door openers are dangerous, and they're to be avoided at all costs. Now, how to get out of them, I'll be explaining that in just a little bit. But here's the way I explain it. All right, so you're like, well, I don't know what's in the bag, but you know, there might be a tarantula or a killer scorpion, and I'll die within a second of when I put my hand in the bag. Or there might be a Twinkie in there. Oh, hell, I'll try. Usually you get the scorpion. That's what I got when I did the